Yo, 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 what it do? Welcome to the block. It's your boy 305 Kane.
Got your boy Trey on the block from Florida, you know what I'm saying?
It's your boy DJ Reloaded coming again. Bringing more live topics to the block.
And today, our live topics is, was Kaepernick really treated fairly with this workout? And as black people, can we please try to stop all of these black girls coming up missing out here in the United States at a rapid pace? DJ Reloaded, how you feel about Cap, Stephen A. Smith, the NFL, the workout, and was he really treated fairly?
I mean, what I feel about this whole situation is I understand and I totally agree with Cap in his position, right? I wouldn't sign away my rights to any corporations so that I can't speak. I can't speak for others. I'm with Cap. I have always been with Cap, right? I still don't watch football because it's a bigger issue than just Kaepernick for me. That's just for me. Stephen A. Smith, I understand Stephen A., but the problem I have with it is the old rhetoric of blacks being 10 times better and still not being good enough, and we got to shuck and jive for positions that we're qualified for. If Cap have the talent and the arm strength still to be an NFL quarterback, there shouldn't be an issue with him playing, right? It's not about what he's doing off field, what he's bringing attention into as far as the police and the injustice that a lot of minorities go through. And not just minorities. White people get targeted too by police officers as well. So I like I said again, I get where Stephen A was coming from, but the rhetoric and the behavior of Stephen as if we have to shuck and jive and ask for a seat at the table when we deserve one just like everybody else. That's my biggest issue with Stephen A. Smith with this whole problem with the NFL.
What I get from Stephen A. though, I'm gonna kind of play the little devil advocate real quick. Like what I get from Stephen A., what I've been listening to him over and over, and what he's trying to state as a point of his is the fact of Cap been spreading the word to people of influence that he's willing to do what it takes to get back in the league, right? So when they get this workout set up for him, right?
Right.
I watched today though, but I believe the show was a couple days ago. But they had Hugh Jackson on, right?
Okay.
He was running the workout, and I kind of listened to his position, and he stands with the NFL, so his position doesn't come from the perspective of the situation. It's just more so these my employers. So I'm doing my job. That was his perspective, his way of coming at it. And Stephen A. wants to say that he wants to say that just because you've been reaching out to all of these people saying you wanted the job and you was going to do what it take, when you're given the opportunity, why did you do what you did? Even though I understand the way.
But hold, let me unpack that. Was it really an opportunity, or was it a show? Right? You can't call it opportunity when you asking someone to give up their rights, right? Like it's one thing you to ask you give me an opportunity, but don't put a stipulation on it.
Okay, so let me ask you, would it be better if he would have just not done any workout?
I think it would have been better if he would just say, you know what, hey, I'm not ready for this here. The language between me and you, we need to get this worked out before we do this workout.
So how do y'all feel about if a team does pick him up on their squad, whatever, and he started playing for that team? Do y'all think all the other NFL coaches would have feel some type of way about that, or will he have more, fans that he got onto the team? A lot of people going to that team saying they offended him because of what he did.
I think if Cap gets signed, he would have the number one selling jersey in the NFL. Period.
Of course,
right? But I'm still not gonna watch NFL for me because what Cap really did was shine the light on the bigger issues that the NFL has,
Mhm.
right? And the control, not just the NFL, but just corporations in general, right? And this is why it's such an issue, and the NFL made it a bigger issue, right? It's the control factor. If I come work for you, you have now corporations, you see it, they're telling us how to eat, how to sleep, how to be healthy, what healthy look like. It's
Right.
it's yeah, you're paying us, but let's be honest, most jobs don't pay you enough to sustain yourself.
Mhm.
So it's a deeper issue when I start looking at everything that's going on, right? And like I said again, I thank Cap for that because I mean, I guess you could say it woke me up. I'm woke them up. I'm woke.
Yeah, he try to prove a point to the world. He trying to show
Cap
them something.
did wake me up. Cap did wake me up with that, with the whole taking the knee and the way they did him afterwards. It showed me the root of everything. Like, come on, man. Like, all the man did was take a knee, something that it wasn't even against the rule. You didn't even have a rule against it.
That's my point. Like you're told to support cancer. You're told to support all these different things that goes on in the NFL on a yearly basis. But but if a player see an injustice that America has turned a blind eye on, right? And that's what we're gonna talk about the missing girls, right? America has turned a blind eye on situations that impact our community, right? If we want to talk about the wealth gap, if we want to talk about the criminal justice reform, America never really focused on other issues other than what they want to focus on. And that's my problem. If we're trying to live in this country as one, which I do believe we can, um, we have to fix a lot of different issues. Again, you got Cap and you got these missing girls that we're gonna touch on. That I believe that we can shine some more light on it and give it some more attention that the media is not giving our missing girls, because I think that's big. When you have that many black young ladies, minorities, even white young ladies coming up missing for sex
What I'm
trafficking.
getting out with that is they all getting took to the same spot, or they getting missing in the same different areas, and they going to one spot. Like, what are they doing with these females out here when they kidnapping them? Are they getting them pregnant, trying to build the population, or y'all just got these girls on hostage, making them work for y'all as slaves?
But
What y'all doing with these females? Like, y'all just taking them to take them?
I think it's sexual, and
In Oregon.
there's been a lot of, man, America not dumb. And America
Yeah,
seeing the rapid pace of sex trafficking going on. And that's why I want to touch back on something DJ Reloaded said. When you said we living in this in this country as one. Well, why we always the only culture trying to be one with everybody and nobody else is being one? Everybody else look after themselves, right?
yeah.
And our kids the ones coming up missing, but we trying to be cool with the people that's not even trying to be cool with us. See, that's why I feel like the strength is we can live all together in unison, but we got to understand that we got to live together with each other to live in unison with them.
True. And I totally agree with that. I mean, black love is not just between a woman and man, right? It's between me and my brothers as well, right?
Right.
Black love is the key. Unity is the key. And every time we talk unity in this country, something that always happened to us, right? We come up missing or dead, right? Um, what we have to do as black people is unify, right? And that shouldn't threaten no other culture. I'm in Colorado, and I see a lot of unities that the Mexican population have right now, and I'm proud of them. Right?
Right.
They work their butts off. They achieve a lot. They have their own markets, their own stores, storefronts, etc. Right?
They work with each other and they support each other.
Right. So, like I say, just back on the girls, if if 14% of our black girls is missing out of 400,000, and you have 37% of kids are black that's coming up missing, I just think that we have to really look at this situation as a black community and protect our block, right? This show
Right.
has a perfect name for it, right?
Exactly.
Protect our block, right? I mean, it's
What you think they can do to fix that opinion, like to fix all this to stop happening? Like, you think they should make like a
I don't,
secure phone?
I don't think it's a fix, but I think we can watch out for each other a little bit more.
right.
We can pay attention
Yeah,
for each other a little bit more.
Right. I mean, and parents, and parents need to supervise their kids a little bit more. And I'm not blaming parents for this by no means, right?
Right.
But if my child has an interview, I'm not letting her catch a Uber or catch a bus. I'm proud of my child for trying to go out there and get that bag, right? So I'm gonna take my kid to an interview, right? Hey, yo, when you go outside, make sure you take a friend with you. You know what I mean? Stuff like that we have to be more alert and we have to do, right? So you may not want your kid to go to a party, but they're gonna go. Hey, have that mother daughter or father daughter or father son relationship that your child could feel like they could come to you like, yo, dad, if I go to this party, I really want to I really want to go, and you like, you know what, son, you know what, daughter, I'm gonna take you.
Right.
I'm gonna pick you up too. I want to make sure you get home safe, even though I don't agree with you going to the party. That's a whole different topic. Because I think kids should be able to party. I mean, shit. I mean, we from Miami and we went to block parties all our lives.
All I know.
Uh,
yeah.
but I think that as parents, we got to be more involved. There's no way that 14 kids went missing in the same district, same city, and we're not at high alert after the first one went missing.
Right. We're not paying attention enough.
Right.
And to bring back to your point, like when I talked to my wife a couple days ago, and I have a teenager daughter, and she wants to go to the mall with her friends and things like that. And right now, back in the day when I was coming up, we can get dropped off at the mall,
Yep.
go do what you want to do. We caught the bus to the mall,
Yeah.
and they wasn't on this type of flavor, right? So now we have to be more cautious. Now my wife is like, I'll take her to the mall, let her do her thing with her friends, but I'm gonna stay there at the mall, and when it's time to go, she leaves with me. Like, leave her unsupervised. Like, you can go do your thing, but I'm gonna be monitoring at the same time. I'm gonna see who
They
you're.
probably feel like, dang, I can't do nothing without my parents. Like they been a big situation on my time with my friends, and I want to be alone with them and have more,
But
alone time with my friends. Because my parents watching me, but they can't.
but that's not true, because my daughter, she understood, and she
Yeah,
came and said, I had a dream about sex trafficking and all of this, woo, woo, woo. That's only because, like I said, this is what I told her. I said, you dreamt about it because subconsciously it was on your mind, because you was already fearful of it. You hadn't heard something about it, and you've been thinking about it, so you dreamt about it. And I just told her, that's, you look at it like, yeah, it came up as something I was subconsciously thinking about, but that's a warning also to pay attention to yourself and around you. That's your body talking to you, for you to be aware. You ain't got to be paranoid, but you can be more aware. You get off the bus, because she's 14, so she get off the bus, she walks home, and it's right across the street. But as soon as that bus leaves, she's out there coming to the door, locking it by herself.
Right.
Anybody can, do whatever, but that's why she's paying. You pay more attention to your surroundings. You pay attention to what's going on, and you have some escape routes. You're playing these things for yourself too.
Do you think that we can? I mean, things are going to happen, right? I mean, but do you think that if the community, especially the elders, right? Your daughter walking home, something you said, if your daughter's walking home from school, there's always an elder in the neighborhood that's always looking out the window. I'm not saying that they should walk the whole community, but I mean, I think that we got to get to a point in our communities and with this going on, one, having a open door policy with our kids as far as having them being able to come and let us know what's going on with them. I mean, it's like I give my kids the freedom to tell me if I said no, if they disagree with it, right? It's a little bit different from how I was raised. And me and my wife, we go back and forth about that all the time, right? Because my kids have opinions as well. Her kids have opinions as well. And we should hear those opinions, right? If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't, no, it doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, that's giving them the freedom to think mentally and build a trust, right? So if the elders and the kids and we all had an understanding and we communicate, we can definitely cause this situation to change, right? Like kids wouldn't just be popping up missing. And if someone did try to snatch a child, we'd be able to get the license plate, a description, call the cops, because a lot of these cases, the reason why our kids are not, they don't really put out any type of bulletin or any kind of like search because they thinking half the time it's a runaway. So if they're thinking it's a runaway situation, there's a time limit before they even get involved as far as the authorities, right?
48 hours, like that, before they even put a search warrant out for a child.
And by the time she could be in a whole another state.
That's a fact.
That's too late. So we have to move as a community and let our kids know, hey, times have changed. Like you said again, Kane, when we was kids, we used to walk miles and not have these problems.
Right.
And not have these problems. Our kids, when they leave the house, especially at a teenage age, or even like my oldest is 7, I think about that now.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, back then people didn't want us like that. Yeah, go on your mama.
Right.
Now they're taking our kids, and it could be sex trafficking. It could be for the organs. It could be for a lot of different reasons. We don't know because a lot of times these girls are not being found.
That's a fact.
I feel like they can stop it by like making like security little noises, like alarms they used to have for the old people. They'll click on it like a life support thing, and they'll set an alarm off. They can do something to change this artist, stop artists.
I mean, they definitely can do it.
Everybody got to come together as one, like you said.
But look at this. I seen the case. They just did a little thing, a video on our World Star, where the woman was walking down the street with her daughter, and the dude drove by the truck, snatched her daughter from her, and drove the hell off. Mind you, the person doorbell camera that was catching the video was standing on the front porch. They ain't even try to go down to nothing.
But that's the issue that's the issue with society, right?
On the neighborhood, they ain't even try to chase him down to nothing.
I mean, but that's the issue. Everybody want a video. Everybody want that 15-minute thing rather than being involved. I'm not telling somebody to be, I'm not telling somebody to be Bruce Willis, right, from Die Hard, right, and jump in the car and run down the street barefooted. That's not what I'm saying. But in a situation like that, grab your phone, call the police. If you got your car keys, jump in.
People rather look at it like this. I'm gonna mind my business. I ain't got nothing to do with me. That's how they looking at it.
And that's
minding my business.
But that's the problem.
That's the problem.
I mean, it ain't my child, so why should I care?
Yeah, exactly how they look at it.
I mean, and what happens when your child is next?
Thank you.
I mean, that's how you have to look at it. I mean, back in the days, we used to say it took a village to raise a child. What happened to our village? We're numb to all the BS that's happening to our village. And we need to get back on that page and stay on code as a community. And that doesn't mean that we're against any other community or any other ethnicity group. It's just saying that as a community, we're gonna protect our community.
That's it. That's when it comes back to the point when I said every other race stands with itself. The Mexicans gonna stand with Mexicans, the Italians gonna stand with Italians, the Jews gonna stand with Jews, the Russians, the Germans, whoever you want to name, they all stand with each other. But I
feel like we tried to do something. We did a little Black Lives Matter.
We are African American, but even the Africans stand with each other. But us as African Americans, we always want to live with everybody else, and we just gonna be. We never stay as one people because we feel like, I don't know. This is my opinion. I feel we think as a people, if we stand with each other, everybody else is going to see us as racist. But I feel like it's a time where we need to be feared as being racist because that signifies a strong culture and a strong community.
Well, about our daughters, about our girls, we should stay together. That should be a no brainer, right? I mean, this is the topic, right? If we're talking about coming together as a community, if this could bring us together as a community as a whole, and we are fighting for our kids, even though that might not be my child, I'm gonna make sure she's okay, et cetera, et cetera. That's what it's about. Even if that starts a trend of us really being on code, supporting each other businesses, not worrying about you having and me not having that crab in the bucket mentality. Even
Right.
if it breaks no curses, that's a plus for us. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I have two daughters. God forbid anything happens to my daughters.
Right.
I love them more than the air that I breathe. And it's my job as a father to protect them.
Mhm.
And if they're with friends, I'm gonna look at those friends as the same as my kids, and I want to make sure that they're getting back home to their moms and dads safely,
Mhm.
just as I hope that they do for mine.
Right.
And that's all I'm asking.
That's a fact.
So I think kids should move in groups, and when they get out the bus, like all of them walk in a group and drop each other off into,
Right. I agree. Because I mean, this is becoming a big problem in the community, right? Like a big problem, and I think that we need to really try to come together as a community and address it. If that white van is in your community, no label on it, dark tints, what you doing here, homeboy?
Right.
What,
yeah.
where are them thugs at? That everybody love to glorify. What are them thugs that check in their community?
That's a good question. Are they?
Are they a part of it?
It might can be. It probably taking people that old on,
That's
you
a
know.
that's a touchy situation. But
That's
are they a part of that problem? Are they kidnapping girls too? Like, I mean, at some point, all these big bad wolves in our communities, they got to huff and puff.
right.
They got to huff and puff. Don't just huff and puff at a black man for stepping at your shoes. Huff and puff for someone trying to snatch someone's daughter.
So
Right.
do y'all feel like somebody they snatching people kids to get money off them? Like I'm holding your child for ransom for this much money?
Yeah,
Like some movie?
yeah. Regardless, I just seen it was something that just happened in Georgia, a sting. About like 16 people got arrested, something like that, and half of them,
Yeah,
majority of them was black.
that's crazy. As much as that been happening down here, like it happened down here a lot too, but it's in different states, like y'all said. It's everywhere. It's not just in one area. They doing it everywhere.
Big
Right.
group.
But I feel like whoever doing the people that's doing it, they all coming together. So they got all these kids. I feel like it's all in the same area. They taking them to the same spot.
I think
That's how I'm feeling.
I think it's most likely. This is me and my theory. I could be wrong, and I pray that I'm wrong. It's somebody in those communities that are taking these girls.
Mhm.
There's no way that someone who's not from that community is just stalking someone that they don't know their movements. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's popping.
But it could be somebody planted in those areas, like you monitor this area, find somebody to pick off. Like
Right.
that. I think it's sales of fruit and they just spread it out everywhere. And this is what they do. And I think they make money in all different type of ways. I think they making the money.
They can do bids on these kids, all that. You feel me? I'm bidding on this for this much.
I think all different forms they are using. This is what they do as their way of getting money. Okay. But I just feel like, as we start to wind the show up, I just feel like, us as a community, if we come closer together, we can at least minimize it. We can minimize it. We can't stop it because things are going to happen, but we can minimize it if we watch. If I'm watching my neighbor, if I'm sitting on the front porch and I see my neighbor daughter, she way down the street though, but I see her and I see something looking funny, and I just looking, going about my damn business. I have to be more, involved to let me take another look at that because that's a child at the end of the day.
Yeah.
When I grew up, the my friend mom that stayed on the block, like you said, would chastise us, you know. And I can't go home and say, oh, tell mama just fussed me out or tell mama spanked me or gave me a whooping or whatever. I can't go say none of that because I'm gonna get one either way because I'm telling on myself now. Now I done told
Yeah.
out.
You can't discipline it pretty much. Discipline it.
You see what I'm saying? But now let you go out there and try to step in on somebody's child in your community. Would you get that same reaction?
Right.
It depends on what you did to the child and how you did it, how you came to the child.
I could just be like, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Going to the house right now, but when that child get disrespect, when I go ahead and grab that child by their arm. I ain't got to yank them up. I ain't roughing them up. I go and grab them, take them home, and tell their mama what they done. Their mama would be mad, or daddy would be mad at you because you put your hands on a child.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But back in the day, you could do way more than take a kid home.
But back in the day, you had more unity, right? So again, for me, in my conclusion, I feel like community involvement has to be on that list, right? That should be the top priority on that list. Um, Getting the local authorities involved. It could be we could do blacks could do town hall meetings and figure out a way to get the police involved in these situations. Two, make sure you. I mean, three, make sure you have a good communication line between you and your child, and understand make sure they understand the importance of being real and being honest, so that you're trying to protect them. And four, for me, again, it just again, it one and four is the same. It's all about community involvement. We got to get back to a place where we can be involved with each other. I
Right.
mean, again, my community is diverse. So again, it could be a white child, a Hispanic child, black child. It's still my block. It's still my job as someone who lives in this community to watch out for the kids in the community I live around.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I think they should put the little neighborhood cameras back up. How they used to have them back in the day. They can start doing that. That'll be another start. The saving thing.
I just think we need to just be more aware of what our kids do.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Trey, you want to give your little conclusion of the situation?
As far as the kids getting took up and all that, they can, I feel like they can do the neighborhood cameras again. They can add more groups to the bus, like people to get out the bus with the kids, walk them home, like do something different with the bus routes. Like I can have a chaperone, whatever thing called,
Or make it mandatory for a parent to at least be
Yeah, somebody get off the bus and walk every child home to their door, till they are grown up. Like a male or some female, don't matter. Just walk them home, make sure they get to that doorstep, say, get back on the bus, we go to somewhere else. Where they can walk in groups and they can, everybody have their parent, wait them at the bus stop. You got to pick your kids up. It's a mandatory thing to pick your kids up from the bus stop
That's
when you
hard,
so they get in the car with you.
but that's hard to do, right? Like, like
There's a lot of people that's working. I know there's other ways around that though. You got everybody ain't working at the same time. You can have your
I
brother and some other
I
people.
work 6:30 to 5. My wife works pretty much the same schedule. My daughter
Yeah.
gets to school at 2:30. There's no way we're gonna be able to make that time frame, right? So it's kind of hard to really do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but walking in groups is definitely I agree with that. Like walking in
You
group,
can't take all of them.
right? If your kids ain't walking in the group, have them being picked up by a relative.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody can pick them up from that bus stop. Like, make sure they get home safe.
Yeah,
Hold them with you all day till I get over work. You feel me? Something like that.
I agree.
They can't go to their friend house. If they want to go, I'll take them to. If they want to go to the friend house, or something, I'll take them now. But take them to your house for now till I get over work, so I know they safe.
I agree. Facts.
well. To wrap it up for the night, thank y'all for coming to the block. We need to come together better as a community. Like, subscribe, share the video. Come join the block.
Peace.
We out.
Yep. Check in, man.